Hey guys, this is Amit and you are watching TechDad. In this video, we are going to compare between OnePlus Nord CE 5G versus Redmi Note 10 Pro. And we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, body of the devices, features, communication chips and about the prices. In the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me. So watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Talking about the rear camera of the devices, Nord have triple camera setup, 64 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor, whereas 10 Pro comes with quad camera setup, 64 megapixel of wide camera, 12 megapixel of ultra wide camera, 5 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. So the winner here is 10 Pro because it have 5 megapixel of macro camera. And about the front camera of the devices, Nord have 16 megapixel of wide camera, whereas 10 Pro also have 16 megapixel of wide camera. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same camera specs. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. Let's start with the Nord have LED flash, HDR and panorama, whereas 10 Pro have LED flash, HDR and panorama. And about the video recording options in the devices, Nord can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 120 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization, whereas 10 Pro can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 120 fps. So the winner here is Nord because it have gyro electronic image stabilization, which can stabilize your footage. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. Nord have Android 11 support, on the other side 10 Pro also have Android 11 support. So it's a tie. And about the user interface of the devices, Nord comes with Oxygen OS, whereas 10 Pro comes with MIUI. So it's a tie because both of the user interface have different UI. So it's up to you which UI you like it or not, it's up to you. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. Nord comes with Snapdragon 750G 5G based on 8nm processor, whereas 10 Pro is powered by Snapdragon 732G based on 8nm processor. So the winner here is Nord because it has slightly faster processing speed. And about the GPU of the devices, Nord is packed with this Adreno 619, whereas 10 Pro have Adreno 618. So the winner here is Nord because it can give you slightly more FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. Nord can clock at 2.2 GHz based on octa-core Creo chipset, whereas 10 Pro can clock at 2.3 GHz based on octa-core Creo chipset. So the winner here is 10 Pro because it have faster clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, Nord have 3 options, 6, 8 and 12 GB of RAM variant, whereas 10 Pro comes with 2 RAM variants, 6 and 8 GB. So the winner here is Nord because it have high capacity of RAM. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. Nord comes with 128 and 256 GB of storage, whereas 10 Pro have 2 options, 64 and 128. So the winner here is Nord because it have bigger storage option. And about the external storage of the devices, Nord did not have any external card slot, whereas 10 Pro have dedicated card slot. So the winner here is 10 Pro. Moving to the display features of the devices, let's start with the display size of the devices. Nord have 6.43 inches of display, whereas 10 Pro have 6.67 inches of display. So the winner here is 10 Pro because it have bigger screen size. And about the screen to body ratio of the devices, Nord have a 84.9% of ratio, whereas 10 Pro have 85.7%. So it's a tie because both of the devices have approximately same ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. Nord have Full HD Plus display, on the other side 10 Pro have Full HD Plus display. So it's a tie. And about the display type of the devices, Nord have Fluid AMOLED display having 90Hz of refresh rate, whereas 10 Pro have Super AMOLED display having 120Hz of refresh rate with HDR10 support. So the winner here is 10 Pro because it have HDR10 support, which can give you more vivid colors and more darker blacks. Moving to the body features of the devices, let's start with the thickness of the devices. Nord have 7.9 mm of thickness, whereas 10 Pro have 8.1 mm of thickness. So the winner here is Nord because it have slimmer body design. Talking about the weight of the devices, Nord have 170 grams of weight, whereas 10 Pro have 192 grams of weight. So the winner here is Nord because it have lower body weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, Nord have Gorilla Glass 3, whereas 10 Pro have Gorilla Glass 5. So the winner here is 10 Pro because it have newer generation of glass, which is more durable than its older generation. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. Nord have plastic back with plastic frame, whereas 10 Pro have glass back with plastic frame. So the winner here is 10 Pro because it have solid build quality. And about the SIM options on the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support, so it's a tie. Moving to the some of the most important features of the devices, let's start with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. Nord have under display fingerprint scanner. On the other side, 10 Pro have side mounted fingerprint scanner. So the winner here is 10 Pro because it have physical sensor. And about the sensors in the devices, Nord have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, whereas 10 Pro have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass. So I will call it a tie. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. Nord have 4500 mAh of battery capacity, whereas 10 Pro have 5020 mAh of battery capacity. So the winner here is 10 Pro because it have bigger battery capacity. Let's talk about the charging speed of the devices. Nord have 30 watts of fast charging, whereas 10 Pro have 33 watts of fast charging. So the winner here is 10 Pro because it can charge up your device faster. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. Nord CE comes with normal speakers, whereas 10 Pro comes with stereo speakers. So the winner here is 10 Pro because it can produce immersive sound. And about the headphone jack of the devices, Nord have 3.5mm of headphone jack, whereas 10 Pro also have, so it's a tie. Moving to the communication chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN of the devices. Both the devices comes with Wi-Fi AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot, so it's a tie. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, Nord have 5.1 generation of Bluetooth, whereas 10 Pro have 5.1 generation of Bluetooth. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same generation of Bluetooth. Let's talk about the positioning chips in the devices. Nord have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo and BDS and NAVIC, whereas 10 Pro have AGPS, GLONASS and BDS. So the winner here is Nord because it have NAVIC and Galileo chip. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, Nord comes with 2nd gen of Type-C connector with OTG support, whereas 10 Pro have 2nd gen of Type-C connector. So the winner here is Nord. Moving to the prices of the devices in the international market, starting range of Nord is around $350, whereas 10 Pro is available from $280. In the Indian market, Nord have starting range from 23,000 rupees, whereas 10 Pro is available from 16,000 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera the winner is 10 Pro, in the performance the winner is Nord, in the display the winner is 10 Pro, in the body segment the winner is Nord, in the features of the device it's a tie, in the communication chips it's a tie, and about the prices the winner is Nord. So the decision is totally yours. Which device you like the most so far? Let me know in the comment below. What do you think, which device is better for you? So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what you thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page TechDad. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.